Scout's first day of School Scout, the young narrator is excited and nervous about starting school. She's introduced to her teacher, Miss Caroline, who is shocked by Scout's ability to read and frustrated by her attempts to explain local customs. Scout's experiences are colored by her naivety, and this scene highlights the early clashes between her innocent worldview and the adult world she's about to encounter. A young girl, with short hair and wearing a vintage dress, stands in front of a one-room classroom. She looks both excited and nervous, holding a small book in her hand. The classroom has old wooden desks and a chalkboard in the background. The teacher, a woman in her 20s with a stern expression, is standing in front of a desk. Outside the window, there's a view of a southern town with trees and dusty roads. The Radley house. The children, Scout, Jem, and their friend Dill, are fascinated by the mysterious Boo Radley. They imagine that Boo is a monster living in the house next door, a place they're both afraid of and curious about. This scene is filled with wonder and fear, and the house itself becomes a symbol of mystery and the unknown. A large, dark, and spooky house with overgrown plants and a creaky wooden porch. It's twilight, and the house looms ominously. The yard is messy, with scattered leaves, and there's an air of neglect. 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, are standing just beyond the fence, staring at the house with wide, nervous eyes. One of the boys is holding a baseball glove, and the girl is holding her brother's hand. Atticus Finch, defending Tom Robinson. During the trial of Tom Robinson, Atticus Finch makes his impassioned plea to the jury. He speaks calmly and persuasively, urging the jury to look beyond racial prejudices and base their judgment on evidence. This moment is a turning point in the novel, as it highlights Atticus's courage and moral integrity. A middle-aged man in a dark suit stands in a courtroom, speaking confidently to a group of seated men in the jury box. He has a calm, serious expression, and his posture is dignified. The courtroom is filled with wooden benches, with a few spectators in the background. Sunlight streams through the high windows, casting a soft glow over the scene. The audience looks intently at the man, and a single woman and 2 children can be seen sitting in the back, watching with concern. Tom Robinson's trial verdict. In this heart-wrenching scene, the jury convicts Tom Robinson, despite clear evidence proving his innocence. This moment symbolizes the racial injustice of the time, and it marks a painful loss of hope for the Finch family. Atticus, though disappointed, remains composed, teaching his children about dignity and perseverance in the face of failure. A courtroom with a heavy, somber atmosphere. The judge is raising his gavel to announce the verdict. The jury members are looking downward, unable to meet anyone's eyes. In the foreground, Atticus stands up, his face calm, but his eyes showing a hint of sadness. Scout and Jem are sitting in the back, holding each other's hands, visibly upset. A stark contrast is seen between the hopeful faces of the children and the defeated expressions of the adults. Boo Radley saves the children. In a dramatic turn of events, Boo Radley emerges from his reclusive life to save Jem and Scout when they are attacked by Bob Ewell. Boo carries Jem to safety and then retreats back into the shadows, becoming a protector rather than the monster the children once imagined. A pale, tall man with messy hair and a worn-out coat is carrying an unconscious boy through the dark woods. The man's face is partially obscured by the shadows, but his expression is gentle and protective. In the background, the silhouette of a small girl can be seen running toward them. The night is quiet, with only the sound of distant crickets, and a full moon casts soft light on the scene. The trees around them are thick, and the air is heavy with suspense. The final conversation with Scout. In the final moments of the book, Atticus and Scout have a heart-to-heart conversation about Boo Radley. Atticus explains that Boo is like a mockingbird, a person who harms no one but is misunderstood by society. Scout stands on Boo's porch, finally seeing the world from his perspective. A small girl stands on a creaky wooden porch, gazing out into the yard. The moon is high in the sky, casting a silver glow. A faint silhouette of a man, standing just inside the house, can be seen watching her. The girl, with her head tilted thoughtfully, is wearing a simple dress. The house is modest but cozy, with warm lights glowing from the inside. In the distance, you can see the shadows of trees and a peaceful, quiet night.